Option 1. People of Abrahamic faith understand the self and God/divine as two different things. The Abrahamic faiths are monotheistic, which means that they believe that there is only one God. The Quran states that God is the only God, and the Shema states, the Lord our God is Lord alone. This means that God is special. No one is like God. People of Abrahamic faith also believe that God created us in His image. They believe that He is the Father, as stated in Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. This is similar to the Apostles' Creed, which states that I believe in God, the Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. This also relates to the Abrahamic faith's belief of what the afterlife is. They believe God judges you, and if you are faithful, you live in heaven with Him, and if you sinned, you go to hell and suffer eternally. This is different from the First Nation people belief in the afterlife, which is much more circular than the Abrahamic faith. According to the book The Circle Maker by Mark Patterson, indigenous people believe that the life in the earth moves in a circle. Life never has a definite beginning or a definite ending. You can see that depending on if you believe in the Abrahamic faith or the indigenous faith, you have a different understanding of God and the self. Option 2. Across every Abrahamic faith, people are faithful and follow God's law. They also believe if they do this, they will be saved from eternal suffering. For Catholic people, they believe that anyone can escape eternal suffering by believing and being faithful to God. It does not matter what people did in their life, no matter the sins they caused, as long as they can see what they did was wrong and were sins, they can go back to being faithful to God and avoid eternal suffering. Catholics believe that Jesus died so that we could be freed from eternal suffering. This is the basis for Catholicism. For Muslim people, redemption from suffering is similar to Catholics, in that you need to follow the Word of God, but different in the way that they achieve redemption and hope. They believe that you must follow the path that Allah has set out. If as a believer you stray too far off the path, you can't go back to being faithful to Allah. Allah sent out prophets such as Muhammad to warn people to go back to the path of justice and mercy. It's Muhammad's example that the people of Islam are supposed to follow. For example, Muhammad did this by creating the pillars of Islam which Muslims are supposed to follow. If people don't go back to the path after the Prophet's warning, they are not faithful to God, and will not be saved from eternal suffering. Finally, for Jewish people, they believe that God gave them 613 mitzvot, or commandments, in the Tanakh. They need to follow depending on the sect of Judaism. If you don't follow the 613 mitzvot, God won't save you from eternal suffering, and be provided with hope. Even though the three Abrahamic faiths believe that if you are faithful before the final judgment, you will be saved from eternal suffering, the way you are faithful changes between each faith and shows the difference between each Abrahamic faith. Religious rituals and celebrations help to promote community, fellowship, and intimate human relationships within society by bringing people together. Throughout people's lives and their journey through faith, they have various rituals and celebrations. For example, in the Catholic faith, the ceremony of confirmation happens when somebody chooses to be a full member of the Catholic Church. This choice brings the whole community together to celebrate a new person joining the church. This leads to a ton of new relationships between the person who's being confirmed into the church, their relationships with their sponsor, and everyone in the church, as they are often there as supporters. Confirmation celebrations often bring families together to celebrate the sacrament. Fellowship is experienced as the newly confirmed are welcomed and acknowledged by the entire church community. If the confirmation class is from a school, often students gather together to take pictures and celebrate after the ceremony. Other faiths do this as well. In the Jewish faith, the ceremonies of bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs are celebrated when a Jewish child becomes an adult. This event brings the community together to celebrate this event. These events bring people together, which leads more people to have a dialogue, which leads to human relationships between various people in a community. Religious communities also come together during festivals throughout the year. In Catholicism, they celebrate the festival of Easter after 40 days of Lent, where Catholic people give something up. Easter is the most important time in Christianity. As a community, they come together to celebrate Jesus' sacrifice. This is similar to the Muslim festival of Eid, where the communities come together to celebrate and party, which marks the end of their 30 days of fasting during Ramadan. These festivals bring everyone together to celebrate every year. This grows the communities and strengthens the bonds between everyone. Religious rituals and celebrations bring people together.